Keep it right.
Yeah.
Here we go, man.
Hey,
Another episode of Real Life Conversations.
Meechaleen, the dream, man. You know what it hit for. Family ties, ENT. Real life conversations. What's up with the two kings, man?
Peace. Chilling, man.
What's going on?
Absolutely. You know how we do it though, for real, man. We just dig right in, man, and get to the basics. Well, how you feeling over there, little bro? DE0, you know the love real, definitely.
Off top day ones, bro. I'm feeling good though, bro. Like, um, 2023 started off real positive, real productive, and I'm just trying to just keep that stride going this year. You know what I'm saying? Trying to just keep putting keep putting these points on the board. You feel me?
Man, Curry with the shot. That's what it sound like. You feel me from the
Off
logo.
top, off top.
Hey, I'm gonna dig in with it and tell us what city you from. We got to do that and where you grew up at, man.
Off top. You have DEO, stand for doing everything official. Frisco native, Geneva Tower baby. You know what I'm saying? 1001 Sunnydale, 1414A. You feel me?
Okay, I can dig it. I'm familiar with it though, for real. Well, that's a
Off
whole nother
top.
topic though. But yeah, man. For the most part though, what's your journey been like though, for real? Far as when you speak about Geneva Towers, that's like a project, right? What is it? Is
Yeah,
it
yeah.
Yeah. Give us
Geneva
a
Towers, you know
description.
what I'm saying? Geneva Towers was it started out as housing for the military in San Francisco, you feel me? And then like every project like that, it turned into just public housing, like every other San Francisco project. That's why they call them projects, because that's what it was. It was a
Absolutely.
project to house the military that was coming back to the Bay Area. You know what I'm saying? And this was on the south side of San Francisco, not South San Francisco, but the south side of San Francisco. You know what I'm saying? It was the
Absolutely.
borderline city, and it neighbored Sunnydale projects.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So I'm familiar myself. So two 20-floor story buildings. You said 14, right?
hmm
You
Yeah,
was
I
high
stayed on
up there, huh?
14. Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We was up there, and just having no fear of heights at a young age. I say that because we used to be bullshitting up there. You feel
Absolutely.
me? We used to be
Hey,
bullshitting.
hey, I'm gonna keep it short and sweet though, cause floor is yours. It's about you. Cause I was on
Yeah,
1216, so I was right up over you. So
right up under
the
it.
hit
Yeah,
the sky rise is real, looking up over everything. So
off top. We ain't never even have to get on the elevator to see each other. We up and
man,
down them steps, man. You feel
absolutely,
me?
absolutely. So
Nah,
much
that's some New
history with
York
that
type
though.
shit. Huh?
Man, some building shit. That's why when you say building, baby, them two 20-floor stories, man, two different buildings, the A and the
Yeah.
B. So
Yeah, ain't no joke.
we ain't no joke, man. Wish you could have experienced that though, D. It was something else. But
I ain't
yeah,
never seen no shit like that. I ain't even gonna lie to you.
man.
Crazy.
Honestly, I did a segment. I ain't gonna switch it about me. I did a segment on critical news about that, just based on when we
I
first
know.
pulled
I
up to the
heard that.
Geneva
I
Towers.
heard that, and that shit was
Man, and
dope. That shit was dope, bro.
I try to give it the script, as vivid as possible as far as pulling up and looking at them big ass buildings. So I know what
Yeah.
you mean. Yeah, but so digging into it though, man, what kept you on the right path? Growing
You know,
up in those projects, what kept you
that's
on
a
the
good
right path
question,
to
bro.
be remain humble? I want to say remain humble and stay zeroed in on who you wanted to be.
Yeah. I kind of
Yeah,
I be telling people I always had like a glimpse of two lives. You feel me? Because and anybody watching this that grew up in projects knew that the shit was ugly. It didn't really matter what type of life you thought you wanted, but if you stayed in that environment, you will succumb and be a victim of everything that come with living in projects. You feel me? But the thing about us was my grandmother. She was living in the Point at the time, but she was a member of this church in the East Bay. and a family in the city who ran that church. They were from Frisco, but they ran the church in the East Bay. They used to pick
Is
us
that
up.
Oakland
Like
or what?
it was
East Bay,
Berkeley. It was in
Berkeley.
Berkeley.
Okay.
Yeah. They used to pick us up almost every weekend. It was a couple years we used to go every Sunday, but almost every Sunday they'd come pick us up and take us to Berkeley. Like my grandmother made sure that she'd pick up me and my older brother and just come get us. So we saw just a different life. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
it wasn't like the best thing. It was church, and church is church. But as a kid, it does something to your psyche just to know that it's something more than just living in some projects. You feel me?
There's some jewels. I
And
like to say the
yeah,
jewels, the right jewels
right,
got dropped.
right, exactly. And I would say the leaders in the towers. You know what I'm saying? The community leaders. Um, Shout out to Tracy, Vernon, Butch. You know what I'm saying? Like all them who tried to do the work and keep us on that path. Some of that shit worked. You feel me? I ain't gonna lie. You know what I'm saying? And
Man,
and
yeah.
um and making sure that we played sports and we learned just being a community. You feel me? And a lot of that shit hit home.
Mm-hmm.
You feel me? Because our
Yeah.
life wasn't nowhere near pretty. You know what I'm saying? Living in there, but as you grow older and being in school and just meeting different people, I was always the type of nigga that, like, if I meet a new person, like, I want to learn more about that person, and I soak up what I like about that person and
Right.
they individuality. So I think it was
Mm-hmm.
a mixture of all that shit, bro. Like it's kind of a mixture of that. And when I got older and got into music, that kind of just took everything to new heights because when you find out what you really want to do and
Comfortable
the
out.
focus
Yeah.
that it takes to do that, you don't want to fuck that up. You feel me? So
Man,
I spent a lot of my teen years not trying to fuck up the shit that I want to do. You feel me?
absolutely.
Like, yeah, that's
Absolutely.
basically what it was. And music, and I ain't gonna lie, music saved my life for real, for real.
So what was it
I
first for
love
you? You definitely saying you got a passion for music. What was first for you? Were you rapping or producing or how did it start for you?
Yeah, so I would say that it was rap first for sure because of my family who was already in it. You know what I'm saying? Kuna is my cousin, so seeing him and what he did
Yeah, man. Rest
early, that
rest in peace, cool
yeah,
nut, man. Legend.
man, rest in peace to Rebel. You feel me?
Lakeview, man.
He he kind of laid the foundation of what it means to be a rapper in the city. So I was a kid seeing that. So I got bit by that bug early, but in middle school I got into the musicianship because um, by that time the towers got tore down and I was living with my grandmother in Fillmore and they put me in the Fillmore Middle School, which was being Franklin. And at that
Mm.
school, it was a band teacher who who kind of just took me and was like, "I'm gonna put you in band." And being in band made me fall in love with the musicianship of it. You feel me?
Right.
So,
Right.
and I'm already like a music nut. I'm listening to everything. You know what I'm saying? I was just always buying
You
tapes
say
and
a
shit.
music nut.
For real though,
A
for real though.
music nut, huh?
Like I stay with headphones on. I'm staying listening to music. I'm staying listening. You know what I'm saying? And you just seeing people that are basically like hood legends being in this music shit, and you just get intrigued, and you just stay interested in like how can I do that shit? You feel me?
Absolutely.
And but to answer your question, it was a little bit of both. It was the rapping side because I did write my first verse. Like I wrote my first verse when I was 9. Me and Fred wrote a rap together. You feel me? And Fred, you know what I'm saying, rest in peace to Ace.
Hey,
But
so yeah,
me and him wrote our first rap together. You feel me? And that was like the first of it. And
man.
but as I got older, it was more getting into the music side of it for sure. And by the time I got to high school, it was a rap. Like I figured everything out, like how to be a rapper and what it means to be a, um, a working rapper. You know what I'm saying? Record music, printing it on CDs. and getting out on the street selling that shit.
That's dope.
Hmm. Yeah.
I want to say, first of all, I'm gonna get back on the topic with the musician part of it, as far as the genre that you know what I mean, got a passion for. 'Cause I
Hmm.
love the fact that you got a passion and you went after it and you still with it, and you know what I mean, you ain't stopping. You feel me? You know what I mean. But for the most part, I like to give you your flowers as a young black entrepreneur. You know, and you go out your way to show and be a maverick to these youngsters, you know,
Right.
growing up, coming out of the projects, when with so many odds against us, man. You know, I know you done seen so many youngsters lose. You know what I mean? When you turn around at the age that you at, what you right now, you what? What's your age
I
right
just
now?
turned 38.
30,
I just turned
38.
38. Yeah.
But you seen so many that ain't standing right next to you no more.
Right.
And you
Right.
one person to show them, man, go after what you want to do in life and figure that out. Figure it out and go after it, and don't let the situation be stronger than you. Be stronger than the situation. So I
That's a
wanted to
fact.
stop the
That's a fact.
I wanted to stop the process of us talking about the musician part, because I think a lot of youngsters don't get the credit they deserve. You know what I mean? When it's so hard for a black man, a young black man, to go after what he really desire, because they
Yeah.
get so distracted and get tricked off the street. So, firsthand,
Nah,
I
it's funny you
respect it.
say that. It's funny you say that
Uh huh.
because that's exactly the situation. Like the first entrepreneur that in the city that I personally knew was Howie T. You feel me?
Man,
And Howie T being the
rest in
first,
peace to Howard
being
T. Man, Howard
and rest
Dixon.
in peace. Yeah, and
Yes,
he was the first. He was the first professional rapper that I knew that actually was making money. That put his album out and it was selling. You feel me? And I seen that firsthand on what he could have been. But just like what you
absolutely,
said, the environment, that nigga was a gangster. You feel me? And he
man.
always put him being a gangster before him being a rapper. So his career after that one album never took flight because he let the bullshit consume him. You feel me? And that
Yeah,
was kind of what I took from his career. Like you can't let the bullshit that don't serve your purpose consume you. You know what I'm saying?
whew,
Like
that's
that,
dope.
yeah,
Hey, if
like
that ain't real life conversation right there,
yeah. You know what I'm saying? And that's
yeah,
what and like you said, like I said earlier, is like I'm a observer, bro. Like even though like I'm in the middle of the shit and like, I could have been a victim of all the shit. I could have been a victim of being every type of nigga that the hood produces. You feel me? But the one thing I was first was an observer. I learned from niggas. I learned from Howie T. I learned from G Man. I learned from what I'm saying, like everybody who was
yeah,
doing this shit for real. And I just took the best of it. You feel me? With G Man picked up where Howie T left off, and he built a bigger company than what Howie T did. You know what I'm saying? He took it further. He was putting
yeah.
the hood on. He was doing all this. You know what I'm saying? But again, like niggas be street niggas. You feel me? Like the streets. If you let it spin out of control, it will fuck your shit up. You feel me?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And and as rappers and as musicians, a lot of people got to know that you can't be both. You feel me? And that was what Kunut
Can't be
first told
both.
me. He was like, he told me that, bro, when I was like 10 years old. He was like, you can't be both. You got to choose which side you're gonna be on. You either gonna be the reporter of this shit when you reporting on the shit firsthand, which is what rappers do, or you gonna be the player in the shit where you
Mm.
can't be both. You know what I'm saying?
You can't be both.
And
That's big.
you can't. And everybody who has the
Who try to
talent,
do both? Oh
who
yeah,
try
go
to do
ahead.
both, it always decline. You always see the
Backfire.
decline. Yeah, it
Yeah,
backfire, bro. Everybody, it never fucking fails, bro. Because you're gonna either get a case, or you either gonna, you feel me, or you gonna be a victim of everything. Be a victim of habits, be a victim of just the wrong way of life, or be a victim of the system that fuck us up in the end. You feel me? And I just
man.
learned from that. I just learned from that. Period. You feel me? Straight
Absolutely.
up.
I'm glad. I'm glad. Go ahead, bro.
Nah,
Yeah.
that's dope that you learned that hella early though, for real though. Like, cause a lot of people don't learn that till a later age. You feel me? But you definitely you found your passion. That's what we be trying to push these youngsters, finding something that they love. Cause they be saying if you find something you love, you never have to work a day in your life, right? And
Right.
see,
Exactly.
like you found that
Exactly.
shit at like 9, 10 years old. That's dope. And then you was on the right path. You feel me? And it led you to right now where you managing artists, right? I believe.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
So
Managing,
how,
and and that kind of just came from just me not having a nigga like me when I was younger. You feel me? Like I always say,
Yeah.
I'm the nigga that I wish I knew 15 years ago. You feel me?
Dope.
Real
That's
shit.
dope. You know shit. No
yeah,
Real
shit.
bitch.
shit. Like, cause I know that young artists need help, bro, and they need guidance, and
Mm-hmm.
and regardless of if I get into business with these artists or not, I'm still I'm still like just a person that can help steer or help just give you some game. You feel me? And whether it's
That's.
information or whatever.
I want to say this. I want to say by you expressing that and you expressing that and telling us that the world listening to that, and it's it's amazing to me that you would say that and you make it feel like, and when you saying it, that it ain't. I mean, of course the income gonna come, but you do it from the heart. You feel me? Because you want to see somebody
Right.
win, and that's the whole
Right.
point of what Real Life Conversations is. When we started this, we wasn't figuring out. I mean, we trying to change the narrative of certain things. You feel me? And of course, we're
Yeah.
gonna chase the bag. But if I'm dealing with you on a certain level, I mean, I want to see you do your best. You feel me? Because I know how
Right.
mania it can be in this world. You so at the end of the day, you feel me? We're gonna be a stepping stone for each other. You feel me? Iron sharpen iron, and win together.
Exactly.
You feel me? So
Exactly.
I like that. Though, just you being a producer in those departments, it can be like somebody always looking for $1 or somebody. Well, I mean, what about the assistants? Nigga? Why can you check on my mental? You feel me? Make sure I'm
Right.
good. You feel
Right.
me?
Right.
But I mean, that's just being a partner about everything. You feel me? And
Yeah.
I commend you on that right there. Just
Right on.
what I mean, how your spirit sound. You feel me? Basically.
Yeah, this shit is real. The music industry is real predatory, and especially being from the city, being from San Francisco, like we didn't always have people that cross certain thresholds. You know what I'm saying? Like the biggest group San Francisco ever had up until a certain point, their demise, which was RBL, their demise was the
RB.
street shit. You feel me?
Mm-hmm.
Like
Yeah.
the streets fucked up one of the best rap groups ever. You feel me?
Man, you
And they
ain't
were
lying.
from the city. So
What
who
happened
am
to
I
them?
to?
By the way, I don't even know. I know they had Bammer weed back in the day. What happened?
Yeah.
Bammer
Niggas
Wig,
don't know.
So
don't give me.
the lead rapper, Mr. C. In short, the lead rapper, Mr. C. He got killed first, and then the most famous rapper who like people like loved and thought he was the best rapper in the Bay, Hitman, he got killed a few years later, and it left Black C alone. You know what I'm saying? Black C he's still living and everything, but that group
Man, shout out to
had the
them,
most
man. You
promise in
feel
the
me?
world. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? And but it was the street shit. You feel me? And
Man,
it just so I look at it like if I see a young nigga with talent and who's not all the way off on the deep end, and if I could have like little side conversations with him, or just give him one or two words of affirmation or one or two words of encouragement once in a while, or if I send him a text message like, "Bro, you can just keep doing your thing," or whatever, like that shit go a long
that shit
way.
meaningful. That shit meaningful.
Yeah, that shit is hella meaningful because you know what I'm saying, like if you look at you know what I'm saying, like if you look at your nephew, bro, like he could have went two different ways. You know what I'm
Absolutely.
saying? Like, his life
So many
could have.
distractions.
Yeah, it was so many distractions, but like I would never take credit for his career, but when he was brought to me early on, and like as soon as he walked in the door, I knew exactly who he was because he's your brother's twin. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I just know the first thing I said to him was like, bro, like this gonna change your life. As soon as I found out that this is what he wanted to do, all I wanted to
Yeah.
do was help him. That's all I wanted to do
Absolutely.
was help him. You feel me? And today he's exactly who I knew he was gonna be.
We
Straight
talking about
Absolutely.
Lil
up.
Bean right now.
Yeah, we talking about Lil Bean. Yeah, I like everything he's doing right now. I knew that he was gonna do it because he's so fucking serious about his passion. You feel me? And
Right.
that just goes to show, like when you say, "Nah, this is what I want to do. I'm not gonna go left. I'm gonna go right." He made that decision early. and
Mm-hmm.
it's paying off. It's paying off, and
Dope
then
shit.
just everybody in his life are positive. You feel me? When you get a community of people that are just positive in your life and then helping you go in a direction that's not gonna be your demise, that helps. You feel me? And just as much as the music industry is predatory, the hood is hella predatory too. You feel me? I say this shit a lot. Like the hood
I feel
breeds the shit. You
absolutely
know
they
what I'm
do.
saying?
Yeah,
Like
it's bring the best
you know,
out of you. It's
it,
gonna bring the best out of you, or it's gonna bring the worst out of
or
you.
it's
It's
gonna
two
bring the
different.
worst. You feel me?
Yeah,
Like I didn't go buy my first gun. Like the first gun
yeah,
I ever had was given to me by an older nigga. You feel me? Like straight
yeah.
up. Like I didn't
Right.
get up and go to a gun store. That shit was given to me. That shit was put in my hands. Like, you know what I'm saying? And I got two younger brothers. Like I never do that to a young nigga. Like that was the like because it could have went both ways. I could have
Yeah,
felt like I could have felt like that having a gun was giving me power, but it did the other thing. It was like I just know that if because I have this, I'm not gonna like it shortened my chances of being a victim. You know what I'm saying? That's what I thought.
absolutely.
It didn't make me get up and go outside and just want to go shoot hella people. Like but that's what it do to 90% of the young niggas. It's like, nah, it's time to
Man,
go. Nah, it ain't time to go do this. It's like, nigga, just don't be a victim. And that was my
yeah,
mentality growing up. It's like, nigga, I'm not about to be a victim straight up. You feel me? And that was just
man.
and that was me. You know what I'm saying? That was me.
Hey, so I wanted to say and name some of the artists. That's real wisdom, by the way, too. You know, we can go on and on and
Yeah.
on
I
and
could talk
forever,
forever
man.
about that
About
shit.
man, we yeah, but we can though, and that's just so
Yeah.
interesting because it's everything that people be needing to hear. And we was
Yeah.
talking about that. Uh, we was talking about that before about starting this channel and bringing some productive, some positive energy on changing the narrative, and you know what I mean, supporting another black man, another man, period, another business, like just
Yeah.
support. You
Yeah.
know, but for the most part, when I say that, people love controversy over something that can help you, and
Right.
it's strange,
That's
but
a
it is
fact.
what it is. But I was gonna ask you, you know, who are some of the great good who are some artists that you enjoy working with through your career
Yeah.
that just stand
Um
out with you?
as a so in the city I own a recording studio. At the end of this year it'll be 20 years of me owning this
Uh
studio.
huh. Man,
And so I
salute,
didn't
man.
work with everybody.
Congratulations.
Thank you, bro. Like
Yes,
so
yeah.
over them years I worked with everybody, you know what I'm saying? The Jacka was hella close. Me and him was like really, really close. The
Rest in
Jack
peace
and
to Jacker,
Freeway,
man.
rest in peace, Jack, always. The Jackson and
Yeah.
Freeway met for the first time in my studio. When they did, they don't know.
Is that Freeway
Um,
from Philly, right?
Freeway from Philly. Yeah, the
Freeway?
first song,
Yeah.
yeah, Freeway from Philly. The
Right.
first
Stay
song
proud.
that they recorded together was a song called "They Don't Know." I recorded that song.
Uh huh.
Um, so the Jack, Quinn, I'm working with Quinn forever. You know what I'm saying?
Quinn
Um,
Dog.
yeah. Early Mess. I didn't work with Mess early. I'm just going back, you know what I'm saying? And all the way up to
Absolutely.
now, like I love working with people who I see who I've seen come up just and made something out of
The
nothing. You know
inspiration
what I'm
too.
saying?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So um Larry June, like
Like,
I was working with Larry June real early. All that trap shit that he used to do is like I
yeah.
did all that shit. Every trap song he done, that was all me. Um,
You was
on the mixing
engineering or
side. Yeah, on the mixing side. Yeah. Um, Larry June really from Frisco, so he used to do all his music in the city before
mm,
he transcended to the position he's in now. Um,
yeah.
Dicky, the first song that blew up for him, "Say That Money" with Fetty Wap and Rich Homie Quan. My brother produced
Yeah.
that. Money Always. Yeah, it's double platinum now. Yeah.
damn, that's
Mm-hmm.
big.
Um, so that's the biggest thing. That's not my favorite thing, but that's the biggest thing. You know what I'm saying?
What's your favorite?
I love working with the niggas that I seen. come from the ground up. Like Lil Bean, like all that. When I think one of my favorite moments was seeing Lil Bean figure out his style, because I
Right.
remember me and Bean recorded a whole album and he put it out and he scrapped it. He deleted it off the internet. And I was like, damn,
Okay.
like that shit was tight. I'm like, why you do that? He was like, nah, I didn't like it. And then maybe like some months down the line, he just hit me hella excited and he wanted to record a song. And I think it was Down the Ride. Yeah, and I think it was Down
Yeah.
the Ride. And he figured out his style. He figured
Yeah.
out his new style. And that's what I liked. I liked he went to go do the work, you feel me? And he really tweaked
Yeah.
his style. He just figured it
That's
out.
like a
You know what I'm
Kobe
saying?
Bryant or something in the music.
Exactly.
You know what I
Exactly,
mean?
bro. And
That
it's funny you
Mamba
Put
mentality.
work in.
yeah, it's funny you use a basketball reference because
Yeah.
he a fucking star hooper,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
I feel like that's what he did. I feel like he kind of took his work ethic with basketball and he put it into the music and it worked. And then
Absolutely.
seeing him be so fucking shy on stage, like I remember it was
And,
a story going around with us, Remedy and everybody that he froze up on stage. You know what I'm
yeah.
saying? And he couldn't perform. And now seeing him become and kill stages and shit and do it like that shit is the
That
shit
shit
that I like to
amazing.
see.
I
That
like
shit is
that shit
amazing.
too.
Yeah, bro.
Hey, like a
Yeah.
nigga put on that jersey, you feel me? He put on
Right.
that jersey for rock it the right way.
Yeah. Yeah. So those are
Yeah.
my favorite moments, bro. Like just seeing people that I know that really did the work and wasn't looking for no shortcuts, wasn't looking for no handouts, and really just put in the
Absolutely.
work. Zaybang. Zaybang is another person who just had the energy of wanting to just tell his story. You feel
Uh-huh.
me? And that was just somebody else who I just like I knew that he could have went either way. You feel me? And I just told
Absolutely.
him like I said, bro, if you put all that energy into your music, bro, it's gonna pay off. You know what I'm saying? And I would never take credit for him either. But I just know that what I wanted to be for him was the positive side because it
But
was
I
I
love
know
that.
it. You know what I'm
I
saying?
love that
It's
from you
like
though, bro. I love that from you. We need more of that, bro. That's why
yeah,
I think not too long ago I hit you and said that we need more. I think what is the new little mama that's going crazy, Michaela,
Lil
Lil
Kayla,
Kayla,
yeah,
right? Yeah, my
yeah,
bad.
yeah,
Salute to that though, man. I love
spot
the
on.
energy.
And
I love
it's
the work. And I
and bro,
told you, I think
if
go ahead.
nah, just speaking about her. Like of all people, bro. Like if shit would have continued to be, if I would have consumed a mentality that I grew up in with like who
Yeah.
was supposed to be my enemy, I would
Stuck
never
in a
be managing
box.
her. I
Stuck in
would
a
never be
box.
managing her. Yeah, she's literally from the hood that we grew up thinking that we were supposed to have problems with. You feel me?
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
but like the first person who told me about her was a nigga we grew up with, the nigga Nutso. You know what I'm saying? Nutty was the first
Okay.
person to tell me about
Rest in
her.
peace, Nutso, man.
Rest in
Love that
peace,
little
Nutso.
nigga.
Yeah,
Love that little nigga.
he was the first person to call me when she was like 14, 15 years old and told me about her. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so that's why I always it's a different feeling with her. You feel me? Like because
Yeah.
of of just who her people is. You feel me?
She dope though. I mean, I'm gonna give her,
And she
credit when it's
dope
due. She dope than
off
a
top.
motherfucker though. I was
Exactly.
gonna ask you
Exactly.
too, right? Not to switch the subject or none of that, because you know what I
Nah,
mean.
we good.
Definitely, that was heartfelt though. How she go crazy, and you know what I mean. Your observation is impeccable
Yeah.
on
Yeah.
the observation of talent, knowing talent. I was gonna say, just the growth of the Bay Area, the West Coast.
hmm
Where do you see the transformations of the growth of artists coming from the Bay Area being exceeding some success?
Yeah.
Or let me
So
rephrase that. Do you think it's difficult for us to really transgress and win?
I think right now, no, because
Okay.
you see, it's too many examples of a successful artist today, and you see Larry June, Burner, Lil
Hmm.
Bean, um, shit, Larry June, Pilo. You see all these artists from different walks of life. Rex Life Raj. It's too many examples
Mozzie,
of a
Mozzie from on
Mozzie.
yeah,
You know what I'm
yeah,
saying? It's too many examples of what a successful artist could be, and they
true.
all don't look alike. They all don't look alike. You know what I'm
This a
saying?
real. Hey,
You really
this a.
don't know
Go
where they
ahead.
from for real. It ain't like it's regional no more. Like you know
Yeah,
where they
like
from, but it ain't like oh
in the
they
'90s,
rapper. Like they
in
just
the
rappers.
'90s,
Yeah.
you had to check certain boxes. In the early '90s, late '90s, early 2000s, you had to check certain boxes. And but today, it's all over the place.
Hmm.
You could be the hood nigga that grew up in the hood, but that wasn't really the nigga that was putting in work. You just want to tell your story. You could be that, or you could be the the nigga that put your gun down years ago, and you just want to talk about your shit, which is Mozzie or somebody like that. You could be that, or
Straight up.
you could be the vulnerable, emotional nigga that really want to just talk about what it means to just be living an urban life, and you want to talk about your family. Like you could be that. It's too many different examples of what a successful artist is, and
Right.
you don't have to be in a box. Look, just like you said, Meech, there's no box anymore. There's no ceilings.
Uh huh. Yeah.
Uh,
Well said, though. Well said. Hey, so I know this is an interesting question that I had, right? And when I look at you, I think I was talking to Lil Remedy. You know, he in that same little bubble as you,
mm-hmm.
coming from where you know what I mean. It's just like, do you ever branch off with your artistry and think about other genres besides hip hop, like country,
Yeah,
rock,
it's
like you know
it's
what I
funny you
mean?
say
Just
that. Yeah,
yeah.
it's good you said that because it gave me a chance to talk about. I'm doing music distribution now,
Uh
and
huh.
one of the I distributed a metal band Day 4. You know what I'm saying? And they from San Francisco.
Yeah.
And I just
Metal
put their
band.
album out. Yeah,
That's
they
rock.
do new metal. Yeah, it's basically rock,
Oh,
and it's new
okay.
metal. And then one of the members he rap on it, so it's like rap metal. But they got the game on their album. The album that we just put out, it got the game on there, and
The
it's a
game from
dope ass
LA, right?
album. The game from LA, yeah, and it's
Okay.
it's dope as fuck, and it's doing really good.
Yeah.
Um, so stuff like that, R&B, you know what I'm saying? Like I'm real heavy in R&B.
Uh huh.
Um, shit, I would love to get into some
So,
country. You know what I'm
hey,
saying?
so
Like
what's the next? Who
whatever.
the next? Your observation? Who the next? Uh, Lil Kayla, or who's the next? Keisha Cole from the Bay. Like, who's next? You know, the
Um,
females. The females. We be rooting for the females, man. For these women
yeah,
to get
yeah.
in there and do their shit, man. Because you know, it's always been like it's a nigga game. Like, but you know, what I mean, it's open for everybody to get in there and
It is
display
open,
talent. Yeah.
and women are running this shit. Honestly,
Yeah.
but it's a lot. You know what I'm saying? Obviously, the Bay Area right now got Lil Kayla, Kalani, Kamaya.
Kamaya.
Um,
Yeah.
yeah, Kamaya doing her thing. But even before that, it's a lot of up and coming young women. There's an R&B girl from, I'm not sure where she's
Her
from.
ain't her from is she from
Oh,
Oakland?
her, yeah, her from
Yeah, her.
Vallejo. Hers from
Oh,
Vallejo,
okay, she
yeah,
from Vallejo. Okay, my
yeah.
bad. Yeah.
R and Bree, it's a girl named R and Bree. She's dope. Journey Be the Reason. I think she's from Oakland. She's a young hip hop artist.
Okay.
Um, yeah, I mean it's I, it's so many artists that's just being creative. You feel me? And I just try to just be a beacon to as many as I can. My focus is Lil Kayla because that's my business. You know what I'm saying? But
Absolutely.
like I always offer whatever I can without getting too handsy with everybody. But
As you
I'm
should.
open. I'm open to work with and offer any type of advice to anybody. Honestly, like my
Yeah.
DMs stay active with shit like that. Really.
Hey, we seen you just got signed, right? Congratulations on that, man. You feel me?
Thank
But
you, bro. Like
what was the
she just got.
process of that too, though? Like, you feel me?
It
Let's
was
get into that.
it was I don't know how much time we got, but it was a long process. She was about to get signed in 2020. It didn't work out. But the top of 2022, we put out an album called Young and Turn, and when we dropped that, like all the labels got um, interested all over again. And the first label that came out and saw us, they flew to us was QC. QC
Wow.
came out and flew us. Yeah, shout out to Wayno. The deal didn't work
QC?
out. Yeah. Quality Control came out to
DE0's
to
Okay.
little
come
baby.
hang with, and then my homie Wayno from QC, he's a big ass fan of Kayla, and he came out and spent the day with us and everything, and it was a good conversation. But the deal, it was never an offer. We
Okay.
spoke to Motown, we spoke to Interscope. Um, it was a lot of different partners that were interested, but the thing with Asylum wasn't asking for a lot of ownership out the gate. You feel me? And
That's
so
a big
she
thing
still,
right there, though, huh? The
yeah, it's
ownership
a
part.
huge thing. And
Yeah.
she has a very active catalog, and she still owns that catalog. It's just that moving forward, everything she does moving
That's
forward is
that's
partnered with
boss
them.
shit right there, though, man. You
Yeah,
feel
yeah.
me?
Like
That's boss
like the
shit.
deal is incredible, bro. Like I'm real proud of this deal. I think she's gonna thrive in it. She's really happy. She's in a good
And
space,
she young though. She
and
young.
she young. Yeah, and she
You feel
young.
me? So she, yeah, that's a
Yes.
man. There's so many there's so many people out there that you know what I mean can be a vessel to other young artists coming up. You know what I mean? Young other entrepreneurs. You feel me?
Yeah,
To let them know. You feel me? You don't gotta jump into the streets. I mean, the streets gonna be there, man. But
and they not
opportunities
going
ain't.
nowhere. Exactly,
Opportunities not. So when you look
exactly.
at it, man, like when people be hollering about what they want a bag and they want this and they want to be a corporate person, but you would let something trick you out of your position, so you don't want it.
Exactly. And that's a
So I
fact.
mean, you got to make sense out of it.
Yeah, yeah. And
Yeah,
I always like that. I always like that term. It's been floating around the past few years. Is don't let nobody trick you out your position, because that's what it is. It's a trick. You know what I'm saying?
it's a
Like
trick,
it's really a trick.
motherfucker.
And
Hey, nigga,
once you
end up
fall
in
for that
jail or
shit,
something.
exactly all that shit is down the drain. You know what I'm saying? And
Hey, see, you want
you don't want to be a victim of that.
one thing I salute though for real, man, is just same as you. You feel me? You know what I mean? It's like I feel like Jesus. I didn't sacrifice being in jail. A lot of people learn from me, bro. You know, I got a
Yeah,
lot of day ones that grew up and made the right decisions and did something else. Nigga, I done
yeah.
first young nigga out of the towers, right from my area that went to the penitentiary. Me and rest in
Yeah.
peace, DH. And I that
Rest in
showed a
peace,
lot of
Dad.
dudes. You feel me? Not that man. I don't want to go to jail, but you know, a
Yeah,
lot choose the other way. But so I salute. You know what I mean? You've been able to drop jewels on people on using your platform and the department you in to let them know. You feel me, man? Look, do it this way. Out of my experience, you should do it this way or do it that way.
right,
Dropping them
right,
jewels. You feel me?
right,
So
right. And it's
salute to
all from
that.
experience. It's all
All
from
from
experience, or
experience.
it's all from firsthand observation. You feel me?
Mm-hmm.
Like if you go into college, or if you study, you didn't live it, but you studied it, and it's your firsthand
Yeah.
observation. You feel me? So a young nigga, you either gonna listen to somebody who got past it, or you gonna listen to somebody that's the same age that's just trying to get you to do the same bullshit that they doing, and fuck, like,
Right.
you make the choice. You know what I'm saying? Like
Absolutely.
I'm almost 40. You feel me? Like I know niggas that died when they was 18, when we were
Sad.
18 and we were 16, 17. Like, nah, nigga, I'm almost 40. I'm almost 40 for a reason, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Man,
Like,
for
listen to a
sure.
nigga that's trying to that you trying to get to their age. Straight up.
Man, if that ain't the game right there, real life conversations, man.
Yeah.
Hey,
Yeah,
before
man.
we end it, we usually give life lessons and chime in, you feel me, with our guests, you feel me? And
Mm.
you got nothing but wisdom, man. Everybody that come on here got some wisdom, man. We just want to pick each other brain, you feel me, and distribute some of that. Though I was gonna ask you, what's some of your valuable lessons? Well, what's one of your? I'm gonna ask you three. One of them is like, what's one of your valuable lessons that you've learned throughout the game of your business?
Um,
About some good or bad?
I think I'm a I think I can say and stay on the theme of real life conversations is don't be afraid to have the conversation, because the conversation is going to get to the result that needs to be, whether it's the result that you expected or the result that you want or not. The conversation is going to help you get there,
Hmm.
and always have a conversation before you react. You feel me? Like
Whew.
a reaction is just that. It's only a reaction. But the reaction ain't gonna give you no understanding. It ain't gonna give you no clarity. It ain't gonna give you no guidance. The conversation
Yeah.
will. So have the
I,
conversation first.
With the
You know
mm-hmm.
right
what I'm
people
saying?
too, yeah. With them people that got that wisdom for real. I like
Yeah,
that.
like the conversation is gonna get you to the place you need to be. Period.
Absolutely. I got another one. Well, two more.
Hmm.
Do you have any regrets? Any regrets that you just
Um,
on your journey? Any regrets?
um, I think
Not
that
doing something sooner? Just any dealing with
yeah,
the yeah.
a small regret is I'm gonna bring it back to Lil Kayla. And like towards the end of 2020, me and her had a big falling out,
Okay.
and and to save you of the details, the point of that from what I learned was me being an older person. Like I could have steered and led that scenario a lot better if I would have initiated the conversation. You feel me? And if I would have just been open to speak and open to be that leader, it would have never blew up so bad. And I kind of just let it
I like
spiral
that.
out. You know what I'm saying?
I
And
got a situation like that too. That's dope.
yeah, and
We live and we
like it,
learn.
even if we would have even if I have a conversation with somebody who I disagree with, and then we just by the end of that conversation we still continue to have the disagreement, at least you know why I disagree with you, and like it's always going to be a level of respect. Like I don't have to agree with everything a nigga do or everything a nigga say, but just know that I still respect you though. You feel me? Like the respect level is there, because if I don't respect somebody, I'm not going to have the conversation. It's up. You feel me? But as long as we
Man,
keep the respect at the center of everything, that conversation is always gonna be important. And that was the thing with Kayla. Like I still respected her, so we were able to take that time in between, and we eventually reconciled, and then and look what it turned into. You know what I'm saying? So, but the regret was not having that
absolutely.
conversation sooner. That was the regret, is not having that conversation sooner.
Well, it's well said though.
Yeah,
I got one more.
yeah,
Um, in the next 10 years, where you see DEO at, man? Where you
man.
see your where you see your where do you want to see yourself at? Demandedly.
Um,
And fuck all that
so
trying.
right. I definitely in the next 10 years, I for sure want to be doing more of the shit that I want to do, which is um, curating artists. I plan to get into film soon.
Hmm.
God willing. I definitely want to get into film a lot because I think it's a lot of stories that about San Francisco that haven't been told on all
Man,
spectrums. You know what I'm saying? On all spectrums, the positive, the negative, everything. There's a perspective of San Francisco that constantly gets overshadowed by people trying to glamorize San Francisco.
right, right.
You know what I'm saying? So I feel like the role that I play in the entertainment industry in San Francisco is to help tell these stories. So within 10 years, between now and in 10 years, I expect to have told multiple stories about San Francisco. You know what I'm saying?
Man,
And have a multi-layered entertainment company, whether it's covering music, film, music publishing, talent, all from all over the place, not just music for sure.
absolutely.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Appreciate you, man.
Well, you know,
Anything else you
one
trying to push? I know you said little Kayla in the little metal group. What's it called?
Day four. Yeah.
Day
And then
four.
day
shout out to
four.
Jordan Kyle. Shout out to Jordan Kyle. I'm about to drop a new video with Lil Bean actually too. That's coming soon.
Dope.
Called Never Check. He does like trap R&B, like trap
Hmm.
R&B pop. He dope. He dope. This white kid from Tracy, but he's
Well,
been my
shout
artist
out
for
to
like 2
bro.
years. Yeah, he's been my artist for 2 years, but we about to turn him up this year even more
What's his
for
name
sure.
again?
He's Jordan Kyle, hella
Jordan
talented, bro.
Kyle.
Yep,
Okay.
hella talented.
I've
Yeah,
gotta tune in. Definitely
yeah.
tune in.
I'm gonna send you his page, bro. He dope as fuck.
Well, shit, man. Before we step up out of here, man, you know, we could our viewers, everybody, go find you, follow you. You feel me? And basically just stay tuned, man, and wait for this
Yep.
greatness. You feel me? Greatness in the making, man.
Everywhere DEO 415, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, DEO 415. You know what I'm saying? And shout out to Real Life Conversations. Don't be afraid to have these real life conversations. You know what I'm saying? They important. They're important to our community, the urban community. It's not enough real life conversations, and that's why we. That's one of the main reasons why we in the condition that we are in. Is because it ain't enough real life conversations. So shout out to y'all
Appreciate it,
Thank
man.
you, bro.
for sure.
Meechaleen,
We're gonna
man.
continue to push our line.
Nice
Hey,
meeting you
man,
too,
two
D.
kings, man. You know,
Pleasure.
two kings, man. It's a pleasure with this one. So,
Three
Oh
you know what I mean? We
kings.
God.
don't do nothing but get better though. These conversations, man, and make them more epic. I'll be home soon. You know my
Absolutely.
situation, man. Niggas still down now,
Yep.
but I ain't gonna never be forgotten. You feel me? I
At
was
all.
born a
At
legend,
all.
so you know that.
Facts. Facts.
Yeah, nigga. You know what I mean? They try to forget, but they can't. You know, they
Nah, cause
can't
we ain't gonna
forget.
let niggas forget. You feel me?
Man, this shit get realer, man. As long as we breathing, it's gonna do what it's supposed to, man. It's a
Yeah.
pleasure though, little bro. And you know, we gonna do this recap
Always.
when I touch down, man. You know that.
Yep. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Love you,
All
bro.
right.